Peace to the gods and the goddesses, man. About to do a quick little video. Y'all already know what it is, man. The camera's on flakes, son. Look at the details. Yo, you could imagine how camera's gonna be 10 years from now, man. You know, they got this kind of camera. It's been out there for a minute, but they not really advertising it. It's a camera, or it's like a camera that has a special type of software in it, and it's called gigapixel. It's something that I seen back in the days when the PS3 first came out, whatever year that was. It was something that they called gigapixel, and the way how it works, it's so advanced. You could take a picture. Say you could be standing on a mountaintop. I'm talking about like a high mountaintop. And let's say there's like cities 100 miles away from that mountaintop, and you take a picture of those cities from that mountaintop. You will be able to zoom in to the cities.
Dropped off my mom's.
Who's your mom's?
Liz.
Clark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright. No doubt. You be able, when you take the picture of the cities and all that, you will be able to zoom in, and the quality would be like this. It'll be like you right up on it. I'm talking about you could zoom in. You see, like when I do it like this. Hold on for a second. You see, like I'm putting it closer. You see how it lose focus and all that? It lose the quality. It won't do that with the gigapixel. You could zoom into the closest pixel of the picture, and it'll look clean. It'll be clean like this, but it will be highly detailed. No washed out images, no jagged edges, no distortion in the pixel count. You know what I'm saying? And it was, when I first seen that technology, I said, yo, the first thing that came to my head was the Twin Towers. I said, yo, I was like, yo, cats will really be able to see what was really taking place, at least as far as how the buildings is on fire and all that. Seeing certain people hanging out in the windows and all that. You'd be able to zoom in with quality, son, and see it as if you right there up on it. It's called gigapixel, man. Check it out. Probably got some videos on YouTube about it, man. You know what I'm saying? The joint, it was crazy, son. They had it where they took this picture of this dude, and he had like this fly. He had like a little fly on his face or something like that. It was like the matter of fact, they was advertising it on PSP. That's where they was advertising it on. That handheld for PlayStation. PSP. He had a picture, and on a picture it had a fly on a person's face, and he zoomed into the fly. It was like 100 or 1,000 times magnification, son, and he lost no quality in it. And when I seen that, it jogged the memory with the encryptions that they do with these advertisements. Like they encode certain things in pictures that you won't consciously see, but your pineal gland pick it up. No, just know that whenever they talking about the subconscious mind, they really talking about the pineal gland. Is what you're unaware of. To basically, you know what I'm saying? Let's get rid of all the distortion and the mysticism. You know, I'm always trying to mystify everything. The subconscious mind is the pineal gland. You know what I'm saying? So the subconscious mind gets everything. it renders everything, it calculates, process everything. But the thing is, the user, being, you know, you or us, we don't focus on the gland. When you begin to analyze things down to a T, that's when you're utilizing your pineal gland. For those that don't know, because the brain has different compartments of it. The brain is just not just one big organ. It's different compartments within the brain, and each compartment has individual tasks, but all of the compartments work together in unison. Sort of like a corporation. A corporation of sort of like Twin Towers. They had like 7 World Trade buildings over there, but each one of those buildings, they had individual tasks. You know what I'm saying? But they all work together in harmony. And you know, 7 is all in regards to ascension. You know, that whole place over there with the Twin Towers was a gigantic altar. It was a massive altar. They had the twin pillars on it, the L evens. You look at the word 11. Hold on for a second, man. Yo, we just talking, man. You know how I do, man. We just talking, man. You know, you could just spark. You know, I could just spark any type of conversation, man. You know what I'm saying? I could spark any type of conversation, man. See, when you look at the word 11, you see L, God, and even. That's what 11 is. The L is the L evens. You know what I mean? And you also see the word even there. You know what I'm saying? And Eve is before. Eve is before. You know what I'm saying? Like Christmas Eve is the day before. New Year's Eve. You know what I'm saying? It's before. So, yeah, it's basically an altar. But yeah, the brain. You got different compartments in the brain, and they all work in harmony with each other. You know what I'm saying? But what they did was undermine certain compartments of the brain. Because you got to know, in order for things to be working in harmony with each other, or in some form of collaboration, they got to be on the same frequency. They got to be on the same frequency. You know what I'm saying? So because our brain, the different compartments in our brain is not on the same frequency, and I'm meaning, when I say the same, just basically means that they operating, each individual component that makes up the brain is operating on a frequency that reflects optimal levels. You know what I'm saying? The optimal hertz is vibrating high. So it's vibrating on the standard requirements so that it will work in unison. But when you undermine certain compartments of the brain, and they undermine certain compartments with the brain with food. Food is biological. That's a biological weapon, man. You got to know that genetically mutated organisms, this fake food out here, that's biological warfare, man. That undermines the entire biology of a being. You can see that yo, man, like I stated before in past videos, man, I throw myself under the bus, man. I use myself as the experiment. There was a time when I had stopped eating meat for mad years. Mad years. And then I started to eat fish, and then I started back eating meat. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like I started back to eat meat because I was like, yo, the hell with the vegan diet, or the hell with the vegetable-based diet, or all of that. It wasn't even like that. I was experimenting. You know what I'm saying? So I was eating ox. I was like, yo, let me eat these oxtails and see how my body feel. You know what I'm saying? This is what I did. I don't suggest anybody do this. This was years ago. I don't suggest anybody do this. But this is what I did to test the integrity of the components that make up my body. I was like, yo, let me go over here to this Jamaican restaurant, bust down this oxtails. You know what I'm saying? I ate some stewed chicken. Yo, immediately when I ate the oxtails, immediately after I finished eating the oxtails, not a half an hour didn't even pass, I was already bringing up mucus. I was already bringing up mucus. And I was saying to because I was always thinking like, yo, how long does it take for the mucus to vibrate in the body after you eat the flesh? You know what I'm saying? I always would ponder on that. So I came to the point when I was doing the experiment, I was eating the mucus, a half an hour didn't even pass, and I was bringing up mucus already. I was like, damn, that's how quick it is? That's how quick my body was getting rid of the toxins. You know what I'm saying? My body broke down the meat so fast, probably like in a 2 to 3 hour span, and I was already going to the bathroom getting rid of it. You know what I'm saying? I was already going to the bathroom getting rid of the meat that I ate. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, I was like, yo, I'm gonna eat some more because I want to see something. So I was eating probably for like, could probably say for about 2 weeks, not every day, but like every other day or every other 2 days or 3 days. I was busting the meat down for like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So when I was busting it down, it was like I started realizing that my head started getting like smoggy, because it's like my head is always clear, but I felt like pressure coming onto my head, like I was getting smoggy. My nose would run every now and then. No, the only time my nose run is in the winter time. You know what I'm saying? Because those positive ions create mucus. That's what the winter time represents. But my nose was running. My head started getting like smoggy. You know what I'm saying? I could feel my thoughts getting distorted. Like my head wasn't clear no more, son. I started feeling sluggish. I started feeling heavy. You know what I'm saying? It was like my energy was just getting low. I was like, damn, son. I'm like, yo, this is what it's like to eat the meat. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to experience it from both worlds, man. You know what I mean? So, and then when I was eating the meat, I had like kale and stuff in the fridge, and I wasn't even thinking about eating it. Like I'll be like, yo, I should eat some kale, and then I'd be like, man, I don't even feel like eating that. So I was getting mad confirmation, son, that meat stops you from eating, you know what I'm saying, healthy foods. It stops, it prohibits the person who's eating the meat, it stops them from eating healthy foods, man. This is from first-hand experience, man. The chemicals and all that stuff that they put in it, they work at, the chemicals work as agents that prohibits you from engaging in eating organic foods. Because I was like, yo, son, I don't even want to eat this kale. I don't even feel like eating. Now I'm like, yo, now I'm like the fallen god. Like, damn, son, I don't even feel like doing this. I don't even feel like doing that. I'm playing the scenario in my mind like, damn, I got to get up. I got to clean the kale. You know what I'm saying? I got to preheat the pot. I got to do all this. I'm like, yo, man, I don't even feel like doing that, son. So I'm playing all these scenarios in my head, and I'm seeing that when you eat the meat, it makes you lazy. It makes you undisciplined. Because in order for you to be a so-called vegan, you know, I don't subscribe to those titles, man. But in order for you to be a vegan and all that, eat the vegetable-based diet, you got to be disciplined, man. You got to have willpower too, son. If you ain't got it, if you ain't got the willpower, it ain't going to happen, B. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was busting out the oxtails and the stew, the chicken stew. You know what I'm saying? A hybrid bird. And I just felt myself fading. I felt myself vibrating so low. I started losing energy because I don't sleep that much. I started sleeping late. When I wake up, I'll still be tired. I'll be like, damn, son. Then I wasn't even going to the bathroom as frequent as I was. Like when I first was busting the oxtail down, I was going to the bathroom within a couple of hours. Now it's like every other day or every other 2 or 3 days, I'm doing the number 2s. You know what I'm saying? So I started seeing a whole change. The whole change. And I was like, nah, son, you know, let me go back to my joint, because, you know, I basically just got confirmation. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the foods, GMO, biological warfare, serves as agents that undermine certain compartments of the brain and the body. You know what I'm saying? So when you're looking at the pineal gland, just know that that is the subconscious mind, because there's a lot of people that's unaware of the pineal gland. And the subconscious mind is just means it's below conscious. You know, conscious just means that you're aware of it. And the sub just means below. You know what I'm saying? Something that's below or unrecognizable or out of field of view. You know what I mean? Out your recognition. So people ain't aware of the pineal gland. And you use the pineal gland when you analyze things. When you screen what people say and you analyze what people say or do, that's you using the pineal gland, because that's the God or the goddess part in you that wants to know. People who get aggravated when you question or analyze them, they basically live in a distortion. They live in a damn distortion. You know what I mean? They live in a distortion. But yeah, that gigapixel though, man. The first thing that came to my mind was the Twin Towers. I was like, yo, man, you get this right here, son, and just start zooming in on those pictures and start seeing exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? I know they got technology out there where you could go beyond the wall and actually go in the buildings and do like a little panoramic view. Just like how they show you in these movies, they got the technology out there like that, man. But they ain't really trying to release technology out there like that, man, because they know that this society is being governed by technology. You know what I'm saying? Whatever technology is released to the public, that will be the level of the public perception. You know what I'm saying? The general public perception would never exceed the technology that's available to them. So they use that as a tactic to keep the general population mentality slow. Meanwhile, they got all the high-tech stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we get all the fugazi stuff. We think it's new. These things ain't new. And you got to know that if these people is really releasing these things, it ain't really to enhance you, man. It's just, they just basically giving you a bunch of tools that you could access the matrix on many more levels. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. That you could just access the matrix on many more levels. But this technology ain't, you know what I'm saying, ain't really about tapping into the soul or nothing like that. Because this you got to know that this technology is a hybrid. As I stated before in past videos, in order to create something that is, in order to create a hybrid, the authentic version would have to exist. And when you look at technology, the word itself is just basically telling you the study of tech. Because ology means the study of. Broke this down in past videos. Check them archives. So tech is just the study of tech or electronic interfaces. You know what I'm saying? And see how it affects the consciousness of a species that come in contact with it. And when that species come in contact with that tech, that species now anticipate the releasing of new so-called techs, so-called new techs, because the species is now disconnected from the original tech, which would be the biology, the original technology, or bionology, what I call it. You know what I'm saying? And now anticipating a damn electronic device which is being ran by spirits, aka electricity. You know what I mean? The same way how you got the spirit infused in this vehicle, it comes through the battery and all that. It gives the ability, it gives the vehicle the ability to be it gives the vehicle the ability to be animated and moves. That's why you get the word animal. Animated, animal. You know what I'm saying? You put the hue in front of that hue animal. You know what I'm saying? The more advanced animal race. Now you got this dude talking about that I took that from him. Yo, man, son, that dude, son, yo, man. Yo, he's suspect, B. That's why I say, man, no matter how ill people spit it, man, you got to screen him, son. Just based off my personal experience with him, son, yo, man, he ain't 100%, man. He's not 100%. You know what I mean? There's many flaws already identified, son. And he just banging off that ego real hard, have a real problem admitting when he's wrong, and he has a problem when you question him. Anyway, we ain't talking about that dude, man. But yeah, man, the subconscious mind is just basically the pineal gland, and when you're utilizing the pineal gland is when you analyzing things, not when you're taking things firsthand. When you're taking things firsthand and you accept, basically when you believe, that just goes to show that certain parts of your brain is undermined. You're not using the brain as a whole. You know what I mean? You're not using the brain as a whole, and your pineal gland is just so low, it's vibrating so low, it's not even recognizable to you, man. You gotta know that if somebody, how could you identify if somebody have an underpowered pineal gland? They are a believer. Because it's easy to program the brain when the pineal gland is underpowered. They call it calcified. There's no such thing as a calcified pineal gland. Because if your gland was calcified, then that means it would be hard. That's what calcified means, from calcification. Means that it's hard. If you got a hard gland inside of your brain, the purpose of a gland is supposed to be moist. If you got a hard gland, then that gland would be infected. It will become infected over a period of time. You can look at it like a plant. A plant is a gland. When you're looking at plants, they are glands because they need to stay moist. What happens when a plant becomes calcified, becomes hard? It starts breaking away and it begins to die. You know what I'm saying? So how in the hell you gonna have a calcified pineal gland inside of your brain and you still alive? Man, you be dead. You will have brain infections. That corrosion from the calcification will become infected, and then you will have all these blood clots and all these infections inside your brain, and then you will die. Your whole brain would be infected. See, that's another illusion that they pushing out there with this whole calcified pineal gland. The fluoride calcifies the pineal gland. I was on that wagon. I'm off that wagon. As I stated before, man, things just got to come in my mind, and I just got to dissect it. And I could use my environment to give me the answer, because I'm real great at connecting dots. All I got to do is just focus on it. You know what I mean? We have an underpowered pineal gland, meaning that our soul is no longer, or should I say our soul is now simmering. You don't know what the simmering means? It just means that it's below the boiling point. We're supposed to be vibrating high. When you vibrate high, you hot. This type of body that we have, this carbonated being body, it's a super body. Carbon is a superconductor. You're probably going to hear him start saying that next and try to say that I stole that from him. A carbon is a superconductor. It is meant to relay ether energy, soul fire energy. You know what I'm saying? But you could see, the thing with carbon is it doesn't have a limit in the energy that it could sustain, produce, relay, whatever. There's no limit to the carbon. It's adjustable. But the melanin now, there is a limit. There's a limit and there's a peak. Once it reaches the max, that's it. It will explode once it reaches the max. And you go beyond the max, it will explode. They call it blisters. Breaking of the skin. It's the separation of the particles that's holding the matter together. But the carbon, it's a superconductor, because we are super beings. Soul super beings. You know what I mean? So we need that. We need the body. Basically, the body got to complement the soul. You know what I mean? But because we believe that we humans, you know what I'm saying? Like how they say that all man is created equal. That's a goddamn lie. How in the hell are we going to be equal? If you equal, then you a clone. Equal is the same. All you got to do is analyze what these people be saying, and you see that they just did a hell of a mind job because the pineal gland is underpowered. All man is created equal. We ain't equal. If we was equal, we will all be clones. You know what I mean? The God race is not clones. We the only authentic beings on the damn planet. This whole planet is a hybrid planet because it has been created. But yeah. The pineal gland. Hold on for a second. Where I'm at? Alright. The pineal gland. They will tell you that it's calcified. That's BS. It's underpowered. It's underpowered. It's underpowered in the so-called black race. Meaning that we are vibrating on an energy frequency that's synonymous as the humans. That's what it's like to be a human. To be a human, you have to vibrate like a human. Which means everything has to be dumbed down. So if you vibrate on a frequency of a human, because you know your thoughts create your reality. So if you believe, matter of fact, we ain't gonna say believe, because when people say things like they made you believe this and made you believe that, I'm off that damn wagon too. It gives the notion that the belief has some form of validity. You know what I'm saying? That is some form of truth in believing in something. When you speak it like that. No, when you assume, because believing is a damn lie. You know what I mean? They made you assume that you came from Earth. I don't know how the hell damn souls could come from Earth. You know what I'm saying? When souls is pure energy, and energy can't be created nor destroyed. You see, when you analyze what they saying, it don't even make no damn sense. They judging everything from a surface description. They judge everything from the surface, but we are not surface beings. We are light body beings. The light is beneath the surface. Your aura that comes out of your body comes from the soul or the spirit. It doesn't come from the body. The aura is letting you know that there is an energy force that is inside of the body that's animating it. Way beyond this electricity that they talking about, because electricity is a dumbed down energy. It's limited. You know what I mean? It's limited. But yeah, they will tell you that you came from Earth and all this and all that. That's a damn lie. We are the damn aliens. And I ain't talking about no gray and green men. Or I ain't talking about no damn reptilians. I ain't talking about no what they call them. From some constellation named Draco or Draco, whatever the hell they calling it. The Draconians and this dude, what's his name? What's this dude's name? You're Agent 2, son. What's his name? David Icke. You know what I'm saying? David, the star of Divide. All of them dudes is a bunch of agents, man. Sitting up here talking about some damn reptilians, some scale-faced creatures having sex with females and spreading their bloodline. No, man, that's an anthropomorphized creature you're looking at, man. The scale symbolizes water. All these things symbolize a certain element or attribute that the damn planet got. When you look at a damn dragon, you're looking at the elements combined. No different than Captain Planet. You're looking at Captain Planet. They showing you what those fake beings represent. They represent planetary elements, man. Captain Planet wasn't real, but all of when my powers combine, You know what I'm saying? Talking about all the damn elements. Just like Voltron. Showing you all the elements. When the elements combine. You know what I'm saying? That's the God man. The elements combined in the God man. But yeah, the whole carbon is a superconductor. So it has to reflect the soul. But the pineal gland, you know what I'm saying? Our pineal glands, the so-called black race, is underpowered. Because your thoughts create your reality. So therefore, if you assume that you're a human, or if you assume you got melanin, then you're going to make, you know, because you're the commander in chief in your damn vessel. You command your cells. You could have your cells shapeshift. I give you a practical example of how you could make your cells shapeshift by way of thoughts. Look at dykes. Look at dykes. They assume that they are men, and they shapeshift their body to look like a man. And the same thing with these bots, these faggots out here. They believe, or should I say, they assume that they are a female, and they shapeshift their body to look like a female, walk like a female, talk like a female, look like a female. You know what I'm saying? That's all being done by way of mental telepathy. You program your cells by way of your mental thoughts. So if you assume that you are human, you will terraform your vibration to vibrate on a frequency the same as a human. Why you think the so-called black woman running around here with wigs on her head? Because she assumes she a human. So she got to look the part. She's been shapeshift. Wig wearers, weave wearers, perm in your head, you shapeshift to resemble a creature. Because you don't know who you are. Because you could only know who you are if you activate the pineal gland. Because the pineal gland is linked to truth. The pineal gland analyzes everything. Once you analyze everything and see how everything is down to the T, then you vibrate on a God frequency. You disregard the emotions. Oh, well, you know, my hair look ugly. Oh, I gotta put this perm in it. You disregard that. Because you know what? You know my hair is really antennas. It ain't no such thing as hair. Because if you look at the word hair, you see the word air in it. You know what I'm saying? And if we break down what air really is no such thing as air. We're really breathing in energy. So which means my so-called hair is energy. High frequency energy antennas. You know, the H symbolizes the Horus. What's the Horus? The sun. Oh, maybe they put a code up in that word here. Because that's what the H symbolizes. Matter of fact, they got the H on the damn football. People who watch football, y'all should know that. The H in the end zone. It's the end of days. The sunrise and the sunset. That's what that H is when they kick through the field goal. That's an H. You throw the hands up. Horus. It's good. The letter H symbolizes Horus. Rising and setting. And you have the word air in it, which is energy. So the sun, Horus, sending that energy down here that they call air, because it ain't air we breathing in sunlight, solar light. We solar beings. We breathe in fire. That's why they say you inhale oxygen and exhale what? What they call it? What is it? Carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide? Isn't that a gas that is emitted from a substance that's burning? Come on, my man. They're putting it out there for you, letting you know that you're a fire being. You ain't no electric being. We etherable beings. Fire. But yeah, pineal gland. The only way you will know who you are is if you activate the gland. Period. And by way of activating the gland, you got to get rid of the emotions. Yo, man, to me, the worst thing, the worst thing is to actually live an entire life cycle under the realm of belief. To me, that is the worst the worst. I don't know about y'all, man, but to me, that is the worst thing that could ever be done to a person, life force, whatever. Is to live an entire life cycle in the realm of belief, meaning that you don't know what the hell you actually doing, son. That right there, son, if you want to put a fear on anything, that right there is scary, son. That is hella scary, son. You living your whole life a lie? What? Yo, bruh. I don't know about y'all, I ain't built like that. I'm glad I ain't built like that. You know what I'm saying? Gods, man, I'm built for that truth, man. Cause I don't give a damn about the truth. I mean, I'm built. Yeah, I'm built for the truth. Hold on for a second. What this guy trying to do? I'm built for the truth. I don't give a damn about the lies, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't care how hard. Go ahead, man. Man, he got room, man. Hold on for a second, man. Yeah, man, this human come out trying to talk all crazy. What's wrong with these kids, cuz? Oh, punk. What's wrong with yo, man, these demons always try you, cuz. You don't know, son. Just because I'm conscious, that don't mean I won't bust your head. You know what I mean? I keep it handy, son. You know, out here in New York, man, these cats be trying to act up. They don't know, son. They'll get it over the head real quick and keep it moving like a crook in the night. But yeah, the pineal gland. You got to activate the pineal gland, man. You disregard the emotions and all that. You know what I mean? That's the subconscious mind. In fact, that's what your dreams is linked to. Your dreams, even though they pervert the dreams with these forms of entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Look at the word entertain. It's to enter, detain, and tame the ment. Ment is the mind. You enter and tame the fire, which is the pineal gland. I stated before, you're looking at electricity. You're not looking at people when you look at images on screen. You're looking at light that's mimicking, or should I say, you're looking at electricity that's mimicking people. You're looking at a clone, a robot, actually. Black Mirror, many ways to break it down. But yeah, your dreams. That's why you always got to analyze your dreams. Your dreams is the analytical part of you, linked to the pineal gland. You got to analyze. Everything that you see in your dream is something that you're supposed to be analyzing, because it's something that is trying to put you up on game. You got to know, in order for you to understand who you are, you could only identify who you are from an angle of what you are. And that's thoughts, analyzing. You ain't an emotional being. You are an analytical being. We ain't no spiritual beings either, man. I done been to the spirit world, all this, yo, man. You know what, man? I'm about to turn it up. I'm about to turn it up with that with the spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Because I got access to all of that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about through nobody. I'm talking about from my damn self. So I'm going to be going in on the spiritual stuff. And I'm going to be pulling the damn curtain off the hinges. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of spirits that's trapped in that dimension, and they effed up in the game, son. I'm talking about, I'll be schooling them. When I go to the spirit world, I school them. I'll let them know why they effed up in the game. Matter of fact, when I go to other dimensions, this is not something that's only happening on Earth. When I go to other dimensions, I'll be schooling the people that's in other dimensions. Like, yo, man, the reason why y'all like this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be schooling them. But the spirits over there, they effed up in the game. I'm letting them know, like, yo, the reason why you here is because you effed up in the game. You know what I'm saying? And they know what I'm saying is a reality, because they realize that they lived their whole life cycle a damn lie. That's the worst thing. You know how hard you throw the frequency off when you get somebody on some biobot, assuming, yo, bruh, you got to be completely disconnected from the gland, son, to assume. I mean, yo, man, these people, man, that's running the planet, man. It's not even that they way smarter than you. It's that you haven't even tapped into the mind. The mind is linked to the pineal gland. You know what I'm saying? When you sun gaze, you charge up you will charge up the mind, and you could use that power to go into the pineal gland, because your pineal gland bangs off solar energy. It bangs off solar energy. It feeds off light. Light is the food for the pineal gland. You know what I'm saying? The pineal gland eats light. But when you're looking at this fake light, this electricity light on this monitor, you giving it GMO foods. It'll be just like you eating a whole bunch of GMO foods, feeding your body a whole bunch of GMO foods. Next thing you know, you looking all fat and sloppy like this over here. You be looking all fat and sloppy like a weird looking potato that's in the GMO aisle. You know what I'm saying? Looking all discombobulated. You just mutated from the inside and is reflecting out. Well, that's the same thing with the light. You got high light, which is the sun, and then you got false light, low light, which would be this electricity, this spirit electricity. So we're supposed to be feeding our pineal glands sunlight, solar light, because that's organic streams coming to the damn atmosphere, coming to this planet that our pineal gland eats, and it charges it up. Just like if you eat a healthy diet, the same way, like these people out here who hearing this video right now, I know there's once upon a time when you, like I just broke down in the earlier part of the video talking about eating that meat, and you was all sluggish. You all sluggish, you couldn't even do anything, and then you changed your diet, started eating all the veggies and all this, and then you started having mad energy, started breathing better, sleeping less, like thoughts was mad clear. Okay, well, that food that you're eating is condensed sunlight, but your pineal gland eats the food in its purest form, which is sunlight. That's food in the purest form is sunlight. That's where all the organic food comes from, the sun. So to eat the food in the purest form would be to get it from the sun. So when you gaze at the sunlight, sun gaze, you feed in your pineal gland. So the same way how your body was feeling great when you started eating the veggies, the kale and juicing and doing all that, it will be on a more higher level if you gaze at the sun. Because now you feed in your pineal gland, and now that energy could go to the brain. You know what I'm saying? And enhance the vibration of the brain, and now you activate higher senses. Because the only way you could activate higher senses is if you have higher power inside of your body. You ain't activating higher senses on a GMO diet, because that's low energy. You barely going to be able to sustain the 5 senses with GMO energy. You know what I mean? You need that high light, because we high light beings. We are beings that represent high light. Look at the sun. Our peoples is on the sun. They represent that high light, that stream. That's how low we fell. We vibrating so low right now, we can't even stare at ourselves in the mirror, and that's the sun. We vibrating so high, we can't even look at the sun. We just turn away. Can't even see God's face now, because you're vibrating so low. We ain't supposed to be getting sick. When you get sick, that means you vibing low. How the hell God gonna get sick? You know what I mean? That just shows that the damn parasites has overran the temple. There's no order in the body. You know what I'm saying? There's no order. My man right here. There's no order. He's an orderless being right here, smoking a cigarette. Orderless beings, huh? No order. But then again, the platform was created to flush out the degenerate gene. Because we got to flush out the degenerate gene. Because by way of the race mixing, it effed up the gene pool. So now you can sit down here and have conversations with people. Yo, you down for God? You all about God? Yeah, hell yeah, I'm down by God. You know, I go to church, do what I gotta do, pay my tithes, pray. You know, how your diet is? Man, I eat good, man. I eat my carrots. You know what I'm saying? I'm busting down my garlic. You know what I'm saying? I eat my lettuce. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so it sounds good. Let me create the platform now to flush the gene now. You know what I'm saying? Let me create the platform. Because it sounds good what you're saying, but I already know that you off just by what you're saying. But let me create a platform. You saying you eat healthy? Let me offer you some steak. Let me see if you eat that. Oh, you busting a steak down there. Okay, that's what's up. BBQs. Oh, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? So you got to create the platform to flush the gene out, because God is a being that does things on a high thinking order. So God is going to outsmart you. God is not going to outcry you, out hug you, out pamper you, out comfort you. No, God is going to outsmart you, because God knows exactly the flaws that exist within you. God knows exactly how to get you to animate those flaws out. I should have known he was from Jersey. People from Jersey, boy. God knows exactly what he got to do. He's still looking up. God knows exactly what he got to do. Oh, yeah, it sounds good what you're saying right now. Okay, yeah. So your reaction is just a symptom of a distortion that's going on inside of your body. Because when you lie, that symbolizes a distortion that exists within. So God knows exactly what God